Welcome back to the Coins Information HD channel, coin enthusiasts and collectors alike. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of US coinage to explore one of the most misunderstood and overlooked coins in modern numismatics, the 1981 Lincoln 1-cent coin from the Philadelphia Mint, commonly known as the 1981 no-mint mark penny. At first glance, it might look like just another penny. But when we dig deeper into its history, production, variations, and market trends, we discover that some examples of this coin can be worth far more than their face value, whether you're a casual collector, a seasoned numismatist, or just someone who stumbled upon an old penny and wondered what it's worth. This video will give you everything you need to know about the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. Let's begin with a little history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, it was the first American coin to feature the portrait of a real person. This was a bold step at the time, and it forever changed the direction of U.S. coin design. The reverse of the Lincoln cent originally featured two wheat ears and was later replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design, which marked the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design was used through the 1980s and beyond, and the coin we're discussing today, the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, features that familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse. In 1981, the United States Mint was still producing Lincoln cents primarily from a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This was the last full year before the U.S. Mint transitioned to copper-plated zinc planchets in mid-1982 due to rising copper prices. Therefore, all 1981 cents are solid copper, which already makes them slightly more desirable than their post-1982 counterparts. To some collectors and metal hoarders, the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark on its coins at the time, struck over 7 billion Lincoln cents in 1981. So yes, the no-mint mark 1981 penny is common in raw numbers. But as you'll see, condition, striking quality, and error varieties tell a more nuanced story. The obverse of the 1981 Lincoln cent features the bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1981, to the right. Because it was minted in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark below the date. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial, flanked by the words, "United States of America," at the top and 1 cent at the bottom. Above the memorial is the national motto, E Pluribus Unum. The dies used for striking coins in 1981 were subject to intense use due to high minting demands. This led to the creation of many coins with soft strikes, die fatigue, and occasional doubling. While most of these were inconsequential, some unique die varieties and striking errors have made their way into collectors' hands, giving certain 1981 no-mint mark pennies much higher value. Furthermore, in 1981, the Mint was using both Type 1 and Type 2 lettering on proof coins, a transition that doesn't affect circulation strikes, but it highlights the technological shift and slight changes in die preparation happening at the time. Now let's talk value. While the 1981 no-mint mark penny is common in circulated condition, a number of important factors can make individual coins worth significantly more than 1 cent. 1. Condition and grade. The most important factor in determining a coin's value is its condition or grade. Circulated coins, those that have been used in commerce, typically have wear and tear, scratches, dulling of luster, and discoloration. These coins, even from 1981, are generally worth only their face value or a few cents to collectors who want a complete date set. However, coins in mint state, those that have never been in circulation and retain their original luster, can be far more valuable. A mint state coin is graded on a 70-point scale. MS 60 to MS 62 coins show some bag marks and weak luster but are still uncirculated. MS 63 to MS 65 coins show stronger eye appeal, fewer marks, and better overall quality. Coins graded MS 66 and above are extremely well struck, with minimal flaws, and are considered highly collectible. In particular, coins that are designated as red, meaning they retain their original copper color without toning, are the most valuable. Red-brown coins are intermediate in value, and brown coins, which have fully toned, are usually the least valuable unless they have some other remarkable feature. Point 2. Strike quality and luster. Some 1981 cents were struck with exceptional force and detail, giving them better definition in Lincoln's hair and the columns of the memorial. Strong luster, that brilliant, almost radiant shimmer when you tilt the coin under a light, is another positive attribute that increases desirability. Point 3. Era coins. This is where things get especially interesting. Some 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cents were struck with errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or repunched dates. If you come across a 1981 penny with unusual features, such as extra outlines on the letters, a distorted bust, or missing parts of the design, you may have an error coin, and that could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred depending on the rarity and demand for that particular error. Point 4. Certified examples. Coins that have been professionally graded and encapsulated by trusted third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC carry a premium in the market. This certification gives buyers confidence in the coin's authenticity and grade, which increases its marketability and price. Now let's discuss what these coins are worth in 2025. A typical 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent in circulated condition, say, found in pocket change, is worth 1 cent. At best, it might sell for a few cents to a roll collector or someone trying to complete a date and mint mark set. However, uncirculated examples are much more valuable. In lower uncirculated grades, like MS 60 to MS 63, a red 1981 cent might sell for $1 to $5 depending on the buyer. As you climb the grade scale, values increase exponentially. In MS 65 red, a 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent can fetch between $10 and $30 in today's market, depending on market demand and availability. In MS 66 red, values jump to the $50 to $100 range. Only a small number of coins have been graded MS 67 or better by major grading services. These high-end specimens can sell for several $100s or even more in auction settings, especially if they have particularly strong eye appeal or have been designated as top population, meaning they are the finest known examples. Error coins, depending on the nature and severity of the error, can also command significant premiums. For example, a 1981 penny with a dramatic off-center strike or a double die obverse could sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars if well preserved and verified. So why do collectors care about the 1981 no-mint mark penny? First, it marks the end of an era, the final full year of solid copper Lincoln cents. That alone gives it historical significance. Second, although billions were produced, relatively few survive in pristine condition. The vast majority entered circulation immediately and were subject to wear, corrosion, and damage. Third, modern collectors and investors are increasingly turning to high-grade common date coins as a safe and affordable way to build valuable sets. A coin that might be common in general can become rare in top condition, and that's exactly what's happening with coins like the 1981 Lincoln cent. Looking ahead, as more collectors seek to assemble registry sets or build copper-era collections in high grade, the demand for coins like this, in mint state 66 and above, is likely to grow. That could result in steady or even rising prices for premium examples in the years to come. To wrap up, the 1981 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent coin may seem common at first glance, and in most cases, it is. But beneath that surface lies a fascinating world of condition rarity, subtle errors, and market nuances that make this a coin worth paying attention to. If you come across one in beautiful uncirculated condition, especially with bright red luster, it might be worth far more than 1 cent. And if it has an error or is in the highest mint state grades, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds, or even more. As always, the best way to maximize your coin's potential is to handle it properly, store it safely, and if necessary, have it professionally graded. Whether you're a casual collector or a dedicated investor, the 1981 no-mint mark penny is a great reminder that history, art, and value can sometimes come in the smallest of packages. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 Lincoln cent, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video on coin values, history, and hidden treasures. Drop a comment below if you've got one of these coins or if you want us to cover another year or denomination. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, every coin tells a story.